through curtain thin. The night is doing what it does. I let the evening settle in and rest inside the quiet buzz. Midnight amber, warm and gold. A story only night has told. Midnight amber, soft refrain, the kind of beauty born from pain. I trace the shadows on the wall and name them things I used to know. I'm not afraid of what they call the space between the high and low. Midnight amber, warm and gold. A story only night has told. Midnight amber, soft refrain, the kind of beauty born from pain. Amber holds the light just right, not too bright, not out of sight, just enough to make it real, just enough to let me feel. Midnight amber, warm gold. The slow return to who I am takes longer than I thought it would. Not dramatic, not a program, just quietly becoming good. Slow return, no need to rush. Back to self is not a rush. The slow return, step by step, back to everything I kept. The slow return, soft and long, back to where I most belong. I recognize myself in pieces, in moments caught between the noise. Slowly all the tension increases into something close to poise. Slow return, no need to rush. Back to self is not a rush. The slow return, step by step, back to everything I kept. The slow places where the light goes off. Something always worth believing in the hours that cost. Smoke trail through the city dark. Something warm has left its mark. Smoke trail, follow close into the night I love the most. All the way to before the morning finds me here, before it asks me who I've been. I wanna hold this dark, sincere, and everything it holds between, before morning finds me in this quiet I have made, before morning reminds me of everything the light has said. The morning is so full of questions. The dark requires nothing much, just presence without the suggestions of who I am supposed to touch, before morning finds me in this quiet I have made, before morning reminds me of everything the light has said. A few more minutes in the dark that asks nothing. A few more minutes before the day begins its asking. Not yet, just a little more dark. Just this. Everything I feel waxes and wanes, like the light behind the clouds. Some weeks full and some weeks faint, some days quiet, some days loud. Wax and wane, this is fine. Everything moves in its own time. Wax and wane, tide and turn. This is how I live and learn. I've stopped expecting constant brightness, stopped demanding full and clear. There's a beauty in the cycle of appearing and disappear. Wax and wane, this is fine. Everything moves in its own time. Wax and wane, tide and turn. This is how I live and learn. Waning is not failing. The good things accumulate so slowly, you barely notice them arriving. The warmth, the ease, the something holy that comes from quietly surviving. Slow accumulation, grain by grain, not dramatic, not a refrain. Slow accumulation, soft and real, more than I expected to feel. One good sleep, one honest meal, one conversation that felt real. One moment when the city breathed, and I breathed with it, relieved. Slow accumulation, grain by grain, not dramatic, not a refrain. Slow accumulation, soft and real, more than I expected to feel. It doesn't come all at once, it never does. It comes in the small, in the barely noticeable, in the almost nothing that adds up to everything, accumulating slowly, getting there, getting there. After the rain, the rain is stuck, but still I hear its echo on the window glass. The warm ceiling of this room has held my thoughts for years now. In the quiet afternoon, in the evenings and the here and now. Warm ceiling, mine to know everything is. Watch me through below. Warm ceiling, soft above, the quiet witness of my love. Warm ceiling, always there, the most loyal thing in the air. I've stared at it through difficult nights, through the mornings I've been dreading, through the good and the ordinary lights of the life I've been threading. Warm ceiling, mine to know everything is. Watch me through below. Warm ceiling, soft above, the quiet witness of my love. Warm ceiling, always there, the most loyal thing in the air. The ceiling asks for nothing, just to be above you. And in its patient quiet, it becomes the closest thing to shelter. Still here beneath the warm ceiling, both of us holding still. I'm in my drift season again. The time of year when nothing settles. When I move between what was and when, and lose myself in quiet nettles. Drift season, let it come, between the start and what I've become. Drift season, wide and real, the season of the way I feel. Drift season, still moving through it, out the other side eventually. The open room receives whatever comes, without editing or asking why. It holds the silence and the hums of everything that passes by. Open room, this is mine. Everything inside is fine.